All right, y'all, before we go inside, how about this carport area? I know it's important to a lot of y'all back home because you're constantly griping about lake homes that don't have covered parking space, much less a garage. So this is a very nice space in here. I think you could probably get a couple of vehicles in here if you weren't using it as outdoor living space. Of course, they've got their side-by-side parked here. They've got their grill here. So they're using it as, some storage space, some parking space, and even some outdoor living space. So the versatility is nice, but I know this is important, y'all, so I wanted to point it out. But also storage. I know that is super crucial for folks. You're going to have a lot of lake toys and a lot of stuff for the kids. So you've got exterior storage here, and then you have another storage space down below the house to my left. All right, y'all, I know covered parking is important to a lot of y'all out there that are shopping for homes on Smith Lake. So just wanted to point out, we got a 2-car carport here, deep carport, good storage space in there, golf cart parking there. The lake is very social, so you're probably going to want to get yourself a golf cart to go visit the neighbors and stuff when they're having football parties and, New Year's Eve parties and all the parties throughout the season with Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day. So just wanted to point that out before we head inside. All right, I can't seem to figure out how to get the lights on in this 1-car garage space, but did just want to add a little talking point here. The neighbor has got a detached 2-car garage, and there's plenty of room on this lot to do that with as well. So if you needed extra, car parking or wanted a place to park a boat or jet skis in a garage, there's room here on this lot to accommodate that. This is what I want to see as soon as I walk into a luxury listing here on Smith Lake is bam, big, beautiful windows, just taking in this incredible panoramic Smith Lake view. I mean, it's like the edge of an infinity pool right here in your living room, just overlooking Smith Lake. Holy cow. This is incredible. All right, y'all, welcome inside. Very open floor plan, raised ceilings with this exposed wood beam, which really sets off this space. Love the kitchen, the white with the stainless. Really love an island, and it really flows with the openness of the floor plan. So you're just going to have, as you should with any vacation home, a large communal congregation area where everybody can be enjoying each other, where they're, watching some sports or cooking a meal here in the kitchen. Got a nice dining room space here to my right, large walk-in pantry. As soon as we walk through the door in the foyer area, to our left is a spacious laundry room that has a laundry tub, which is high marks in my book. All right, y'all, welcome inside. And what a brilliant interior it is. I love an open floor plan, love a kitchen island, but this is essential, right, for the lake home lifestyle. It's communal living space. It's all about the experience we're sharing together. So this floor plan accommodates that. perfectly. I love all the windows, all the big panes of glass that is drawing in all this natural light in here, and then allowing us to see the beautiful lake view at every turn. This is going to be your half bath here, so it's in a super convenient location for your guests. And I love the kitchen island. And look at the solid wood countertop throughout the kitchen, which is amazing. So many just classy features in here. And you can see this farmhouse door with the window. I mean, so classy. This is going to be your laundry room, super spacious. It doubles as a butler's pantry, so lots and lots of great storage. But what else can I say about the space other than it is just very luxurious, very inviting, and you're going to love it. You want to walk through the door when you're touring a home and just immediately be impressed, and this house is going to deliver. Hey y'all, welcome inside. And is this beautiful or what? And you haven't seen anything yet. I promise you there is a lot to see, but you're going to be able to tell as we pan around these rooms just how well built this house is for entertaining. I just picture the gatherings here and people just enjoying these living spaces. But the one thing I really want to see every time I enter a lake house, and I'm giving it that grade, is it a good buy? Is it not? What I want to see is a lot of windows. And I love it when they're floor to ceiling, because wherever I'm at in this house, there's so many windows that I can't help but stop and take in the view, which is absolutely awesome. All right, y'all, welcome inside. I don't know about y'all, but I love a mountain cabin vibe on the lake. It's pretty cool. I mean, look at these wood ceilings. It's just absolutely glorious. We have an incredibly open floor plan. We've got great room space right here. Got a step up, long dining room table. There is a pebble stove fireplace right there, which is super cool. Loft area up here. Be a great spot for the kiddos or an office space or studio space, whatever you need there. Kitchen's been newly renovated in the last 24 months and it is beautiful. And then right around the corner right there, opposite to the breakfast bar, there's a full bath. All right, y'all, welcome inside, and what a pristine interior it is. Y'all, this home has been used as a second home for a number of years. It still looks, feels, and smells like a new home. I can't find any scuff marks on the walls, any scuff marks on the floors. Obviously, these folks don't have dogs, but this thing is in incredible condition, which is, I think it just exudes pride of ownership. But functionality-wise, we've got an ideal floor plan for family time, entertaining folks for parties and such. But functionality, you can see we've got the dining table here in front of the fireplace, and then it's separating the kitchen and what they've got as their sitting area here. So you can easily swap these spaces out, move all this furniture here, have a great grand room design here and move this table right under this light fixture. And there you go. So having some options on how you arrange the living space, I think is ideal. And we got a lot more to see, so let's keep going. All right, y'all, welcome inside. This one is a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 2,820 square feet. It's coming in just over 900,000. As you can see, the builder has staged the interior here in the main living area. It's a living, dining, kitchen combo. So if you like open floor plans, you're gonna love these designs. So I'm gonna give you some panning shots of this space, and then we're gonna move on to some lifestyle features and highlight the lake frontage and go from there. All right, here we go. All right, welcome inside 136 Stillwater Drive. Just going to take a little tour around the main living area. It kind of goes in a circle. Just walk through the kitchen, the dining area is behind us, and then we have this very spacious great room area with wood-burning fireplace. This one is about 540 square feet larger than the last one we were in. It does have a higher sticker price at just over 950,000. But I think the secret sauce, lifestyle component to this one, the floor plan design is going to appeal to someone or a family that is, large family, large extended family, people that like to entertain and are buying this home, not just for the experience with their immediate family, but sharing it with others that are close to them, because we have a lot of large, very nice size guest suites, a much larger primary suite than the last one. And then we've got a lot of ensuite baths, a lot of privacy. I love this side screen porch. Can't wait to show you that. There's a lot of really neat features here that separate it from the last one. And that's why we're here, right? To show you the differences in some of these models and just kind of let you take your pick. All right, y'all, we've walked just right next door to lot 16. This is the Ryan Cottage model. Justin Dyer has this one under contract, so you waited too long on this one, but I did just want to kind of show you what the Ryan Cottage features. So we've got a much more modest, I think, main living level, but some really cool features. Like, I don't know, but that mantle is speaking to me. I just walked in the front door and greeted by that really attractive wood ceiling. All right. Formal dining space. Basic kitchen cabinets, but we do have solid surface countertops. Looks like quartz. Open floor plan. Tile floors, gas fireplace. Those raised wood ceilings from the foyer extend into the living room, so it's really, really nice. All right, let's head inside. Got a stairwell to the second level right to our left. Beautiful open floor plan. Love those exposed wood beams. Wood burning fireplace. Oh, hey, y'all. I was just checking out these super fine monogram stainless steel appliances. They've got these gold accents that matches your kitchen sink and the knobs on the monogram gas range. That's pretty fancy. But I love the openness of the floor plan. Big, grand, great room. Flows right in to the super elegant kitchen. Massive island bar top. Good space for a nice long table right here. Just, I mean, everywhere you turn, it's big glass and big views. Stunning. Just off the kitchen, we have this butler's pantry area. Got your microwave and your wine cooler there. Really good prep counter space here. We've got some storage right there. Very luxurious, but also very thoughtful in the design of this kitchen. I love all the storage. Of course, you just got this massive kitchen island with tons of space, but underneath the bar area here, you can see all these storage cabinets right there. We've got a butler's pantry, a little bit more modest than the one we came out of that we toured just a little bit ago, but great counter space in here to put things like your Keurig so you don't have to have them visible out here. Lots of space for canned goods and all your stuff that you want to keep stocked from the store. Love the elegance of this refrigerator. So logistics, outdoor living space to my left, to my right, we've got a guest bath, very expansive laundry room. And then we have a guest suite with ensuite bath, which is really, really nice. So we'll take a look down the hallway and then we'll go to the primary suite and check that out. And then we'll head downstairs and see what's going on down there in terms of living space. All right, before we move on to the butler's pantry area and the laundry space, just before you get to your access door to the two-car garage, I just wanted to give you another view of the kitchen from a different vantage point so you can really take it all in. Very, very elegant. I just absolutely love it. You got a deep stainless steel sink here. You know, let's see, 4, 5, 6 gas burners plus a griddle. So kitchen that would meet, I think, the expectations of any budding chef in the family. All right, y'all, so many good things to point out about this kitchen. The cellars are really big on cabinet space, storage space. There's tons of storage throughout this house, but I love the unique design of this kitchen. There's a lot of counter space, but I love this little high top design right here. Of course, the kiddos are going to love that, but we've got the stainless steel appliances. We've got a granite backsplash behind me. We've got tile backsplashes to my right and to my left. You've got a bar prep sink here, whole house filtration system. So we've got drinkable water right out of the tap. And then I can just come over here to the main sink and do the dishes and get lost in this lake view. All right, y'all, there's two really key factors that add a investment upside to this property. Okay, so we were able to put this home under contract for $750,000. All right, and we believe that it has $1 million potential based on the slope of the lot. So you got very minimal steps down to your dock gangway there. All right, and then you've got this incredibly expansive, like we call this big view, a big view of Smith Lake right here. So the house is, there was not a great deal of money invested in the fixtures, the countertops, the tile, the windows, but we've got a solid brick house with some key updates, recent updates like new roof, things like that, that made this a very attractive buy. But what do we know? We know that my buyers are going to be using this as a rental property. And we also know they're going to have some big family gatherings here. So we've got a nice sized kitchen. We can put a kitchen island here, right? But you've got good congregation space. And there's not a lot of restaurants around where we are right now. So people do a lot of cooking. So this was an ideal kitchen. And it came with all the appliances to include the stainless steel refrigerator. And what I wanted to point out last, but certainly not least, you can be doing your dishes and you got a water view from your kitchen sink. And you could put a high top table here if you didn't want to do the island that I suggested, and just have your morning coffee with this expansive, just ridiculously massive lake view. All right, y'all, welcome into the primary suite. It's on the main living level, and you don't even have to sit up in bed to be greeted by this incredible lake view. You can literally just be laying on the bed, roll over, look this way, and just go, isn't that awesome? All right, welcome into your ensuite bath. Coming down the hallway, we passed his and her walk-in closet spaces. Love the fact that we've got a private water closet here, his and her vanities, and right here to my right is a nice deep walk-in tiled shower. All right, I don't think we've ever done this, but when in Rome, this is a pretty fancy half bath, but I love the location of it. Right off the main living levels of your kitchen, dining, great room combo, very easy location, easy to find the half bath. You don't have to draw somebody a map to get here. All right, so we'll do the modest of the two primary suites first. This one has a single window overlooking the lake. It does have his and her closets, but it's got a more, I would say, basic ensuite bath. So you'll be able to see the differences right away when we go over to the grand primary suite on the other side of the house. But I think this is really nice because you can treat your guests, right? If you're inviting people in from out of town, you're going to give them that primary suite experience on vacation, which I think is pretty cool. All right, so the grand primary suite, look at this. Two big grand windows overlooking the lake. We've got a little bit more living space in here, so we can fit, some bigger furniture in here to accommodate our luxurious king-size bed. We've got a dual vanity solid surface countertop in our primary suite. We've got a walk-in shower, which is really nice, and then a long walk-in closet, but Probably one of the coolest things is you can access the rear deck from this door right here. So just high marks. And like I said, you know, you're going to be able to treat somebody to a primary suite experience while you also don't have to sacrifice that to give it to somebody else while they're here visiting you at Shoreside at Spacious for an incredibly memorable weekend here on Smith Lake. So I'm going to give that amenity some pretty high marks as well. So let's go check out the ensuite bath right now. All right, welcome to the primary suite with very, very spacious ensuite bath. I love it. Again, this is another one of those king suites where you can sit up in bed and bam, you're immediately greeted with that emerald green water down there at the lakefront. But other than that, super like good space in here to put big furniture pieces and still have plenty of room for your king size bed. The ensuite bath has his and her vanities, a very nice walk-in closet. I love the tiled shower with the bench. That's going to be super key for the ladies out there. So a lot of the things that I hear that people are looking for in a lake house, this is just continuing to check the boxes. So really excited to show this to some lucky lake buyer back there watching at home. All right, stepping into the primary suite here, and gosh, is it ever expansive, huge. If you're big furniture people, you're going to love this house. Lots and lots of space. Nothing's tight, nothing's cramped, which I absolutely love. But I'm just looking for evidence that this home has been lived in and used as a second home for a number of years. Because again, we've got pristinely painted walls, no scuffs, no blemishes. The carpet looks like it's newly installed. I mean, it's just absolutely incredible. Behind me here, large walk-in closet. It's so expansive that you could put one of those storage islands in the middle, which is really cool. And then right around this corner, really long primary ensuite bath with dual vanity sinks, and they're really spaced apart very, very well. So you've got a lot of counter space in there. Tiled walk-in shower. You know, you can sit up in bed and look right out into the lake. So much going on up here. I absolutely love it. Can't wait to show you in person. But let's go look at the unfinished space here. So we've seen the finished living space, but there is just a lot of unfinished living space here to make this house even bigger if you so choose. All right, y'all, that Lake Tahoe mountain cabin on Smith Lake vibe continues in here to the primary suite. It's just absolutely stunning. This is like a private wing of the house. Again, you've got access to the deck right in front of me. Just give you some logistics here. Massive, massive primary suite, massive closet space. You've got just a super unique primary ensuite bath right here with pass-through shower. You can just walk right into that thing. Dual vanities, clawfoot tub, private water closet. It's just awesome. But my favorite feature, and can you imagine having a wood-burning fireplace, the stone wood-burning fireplace here in your primary suite? I mean, how romantic is that? All right, so fun fact, they do have a laundry space out in the carport area, but they've also recently got this. This is a unit that washes and dries in a single unit, which is pretty cool. Place for the missus to get freshened up and do her makeup, and then just plenty of closet space. All right, y'all, welcome into your primary suite. I was just checking out this incredible view that you can literally sit up in bed in the morning. This is the first experience you have when you wake up. Just imagine this is that view. Incredible. Love this primary suite. The space, the ensuite bath is just absolutely to die for. But I love the fact that there's a private balcony overlooking the lake from your primary suite. That's just like, that's going to be where the romance is going to really get fired up out there. But without further ado, let's go check out this ensuite bath, which is like really, really nice. All right, so I like this gold. I mean, I think gold's making a huge comeback, but I want you to pay attention just to the space here. I mean, it's just incredible. Loving it. Private water closet in there, but let's check out this walk-in closet. So we got little, that's where his stuff goes. And this is her area right here. Really nice. Of course, this is the place to be after a long day in the sun. Just come in here and relax. Unbelievable. You can sit up in your tub. See the lake right there. Lake out the window here. Gosh, I just love this space. All right, primary suite time. Got the coffered ceiling, which is awesome. You can sit up in bed. This is what you're greeted with in the morning, first thing in the morning. Awesome. Beautiful tub. Nice walk-in closet with built-ins. Tool vanities, tiled shower, and then private water closet. Primary suite just off the main living area. Super spacious. These folks love their mirrors, that's for sure. Walk-in closet. Dual vanities. Tile shower. Nice soaking tub on the other side. So from your primary suite king size bed, you don't even have to sit up and see the lake. You just roll over, turn your head over, and there it is. To our left, this looks like the primary suite. Beautiful. That sit up in bed, lakeside view. Ensuite bath. Really nice his and her vanities. Oh gosh, massive walk-in tiled shower. Good walk-in closet space. Built-ins. All right, y'all, welcome upstairs. I'm going to give you the lay of the land up here from this bunk room / playroom. I mean, this room is awesome. It's got 1, 2, 3 bunks on each side. This is the girls' side, and this is the boys' side per the decor. You can see they got the foosball, the air hockey, TV set up for video games or movies. I can just imagine the memories that have been made in here. I'm so excited for the memories that you're going to make after you close on this home. We're just picturing the kids, you know, the nieces and the nephews, the brothers and the sisters, just having a great time in here after a really, really fun day in the sun on Smith Lake. All right, so just down the hall from the laundry room, we have this other guest suite on the main level. So we've got a main level master with private balcony, and then we have this one in the back corner of the house, perfect for your in-laws. Let's go down this hallway and we'll see immediately to my right, we have a lakeside guest suite. Can easily fit king size bed in here. Then we've got Jack and Jill bath. Pretty tile shower, dual vanities. And then this is the room, I think there'll be a perfect media room, movie watching room, even a game room in here. You can see, I just love this, where they've got really all the rooms in here are set up with these wall mounted access points for power and media. right, here is Lakeside Guest Suite number 2. Having a little trouble with the power. I think maybe it's turned off on this end of the house for maintenance, but I think you can tell this full guest bath is very, very, very luxurious. And then we just step over here a little bit and look at this massive bunk room. Gosh, I love it. All right, let's go take a look. All right, so there's our half bath. Great location for guests. Love this tile in here. Look at all these cabinets. Folding space, utility sink. Awesome. And then, how do you feel about this blue? God, the ceiling, I think it's just incredible. And then the colors flow in to the ensuite bath as well. Really nice. Guest suite number 1, connected by Jack and Jill bath. And then I think this, at one time, it definitely looks like this was a rental. I don't think it's in a rental program anymore, but this is your bunk room for the kiddos. All right, how about this basement level? It's pretty cool, huh? I don't know. It just keeps tugging at me to call this like my favorite space in the house, but it's so big, we can't even really get it all into one shot. I hope you can see the metal ceilings, which is pretty cool, but we've got 2 bars down here. We've got 2 spacious guest suites. We've got 2 guest baths. We've got theater room in here, which I think could be made even more awesome than it already is. High top tables here, windows again that cover the whole, lake frontage side of this house. But they got the high top tables in here where you can just, sit and get lost in that view, like I've been caught doing a couple times while filming this incredible house. But so much space. This would just be an ideal area, I think, for, the kiddos, the teens. But also if you're having, a kid-free weekend, you're inviting some, maybe some folks from work, some family and friends. Everybody has a lot of privacy and a lot of space, and nobody's going to be waiting on a bathroom or anything like that. Nothing cramped. You cannot use cramped to describe any space in this house. Let's just leave it at that. All right, y'all, I just want to give you a quick shot of this stove fireplace. These things put out a lot of heat, and they're really, really cool. And it's pretty awesome to have one down in this space. Now, it can get pretty cold at the lake, but you got a gas fireplace upstairs. You've got wood burning outdoor fireplace, but this is like your wood burning indoor fireplace. So I would reconfigure this room to make this fireplace more of a focal point of the space, and probably open up this room in the process. I just want to step inside the media room here and give it a little critique. When you think like media, theater room, you're thinking big screen and maybe more chairs than what's here. So it's kind of modest in size as compared to some of the other ones you might have experienced in the past. But there's room in here to add more seating. There's room to add a much larger screen. This is a deal, but this would make an ideal home office space because it doesn't have a view of the lake. And I know I wouldn't get a damn thing done if my home office was in this house next to one of these amazingly large windows taking in this incredible view of Smith Lake. But that's just me. Now let's do a little walking tour of this basement living space. Fireplace there. Good living space right there. Love this stone bar down here. Full bath. And then they've got a little kitchenette area down here. All right, we've got 2 bedrooms down here. The first one we're going to come to my left is a bunk room. And then really this has got the size of a second primary suite. So down here, the finished basement level, this is going to be where your kitchen is. Got an additional living room right here. Wow, look at this dining room space overlooking that lake view. That's incredible. And then we have a guest suite down here with an ensuite bath. Modest in size, but this could be used as a primary. I'm thinking my retirees are not going to be huge fans of the stairs and not having the kitchen and the primary suite all on one level. But again, not for me to decide. That's why I'm here. Go downstairs, see what the finished basement area looks like. All right, we'll head to our right first. Good living space down here. Another gas fireplace. Looks like this was renovated in recent years. Got some shiplap on the walls. Very nice. Go back to our left. Another little sitting space, office space, study space. Then we have a guest suite. Really good size, great natural light. This bathroom looks really nice. So it opens up, it does like a circular pattern down here. Dining area, kitchenette. Got the fridge, microwave, coffee maker, everything people would need. And then insulated storage room. You can see they got that spray foam insulation. Really nice. All right, welcome to your very elegantly finished walkout basement area of the home. So you can either have 3 guest suites down here and a bunk room, or 2 guest suites, a bunk room, and a media room down here. Now, behind my right shoulder here is storage closet here that's got like hot water heater, HVAC, but it's also got your safe room, your storm shelter, whatever the case may be inside that space there. So we'll go check that out. Got a nice area right here where you could put a mini fridge and a coffee maker and have some conveniences down here. So when your guests get up in the morning, they don't have to go up to the kitchen. They can have everything they need right here. And as you can see, ample living space for your guests down here. and the views do not suck from this level. They're just almost just as incredible as they are on the main level. But this is just absolutely stunning. Like your jaw is going to drop as soon as you walk in the front door here. It's just absolutely incredible. All right, but let me quit rambling. Let's go take a look at all these spaces and then we'll wrap up. All right, so you can see good storage space in there. Dual hot water heaters, electric. So HVAC system, and then perfect space in here for safe room, storm shelter. All right, I am loving this finished basement area. Beautiful tile floors. I like this as opposed to the first one we toured in here. A little bit more going on here. Got an ice maker right here, which is really, really nice. But in addition to this really great communal living space down here at the bottom level, got some interesting things to point out, okay? So to my left, well, we have three suites down here, three guest suites down here that are really large in size. Each one of them has an ensuite bath, but there is a half bath down here. So these ensuite baths can remain private, which is really, really nice. Look at the lights. Gosh, I love the lights. But we're just above what is going to be your newly refurbished koi pond. And you might be thinking, like, what else would, I use this space for if I was like entertaining, or maybe just even, here by myself, just having a chill evening, maybe with the wife. And I could tell you exactly what you should do is set up a deer feeder up on the top of this hill and watch the wildlife just converge on that thing. They're going to come running and it's going to be awesome. If you appreciate outdoor living space as much as I do, then you're really going to love this house. It's got this expansive L-shaped porch overlooking the lake. And then I love how it's divided in the middle by the screened-in porch. That's really going to come in handy on some stagnant summer nights when there's not this breeze that's blowing like today. Maybe the mosquitoes come out and you can still enjoy the outdoor living experience here on the lake and not have to worry about swatting at a bunch of bugs. So that's really cool. And then on the other side, I can't wait to show you, they've got this grilling deck area overlooking the lake. And so I just picture myself there cooking some steaks, maybe a cocktail, but like grilling with a lake view. That's bougie. I think this is one of those amenities you've really got to see in person to appreciate. You really have to go see a number of listings, like go tour a number of homes on here to get to a listing like this and go, wow, now I see the difference, because literally there are no steps to the water, which makes it really, really ideal for big extended families. They've got people of all ages, all the way down to the little ones that are crawling. to the adults that are maybe their hips are going out. So not a lot of stairs to contend with, but you can imagine going up and down to the dock. You're always going to forget something. And so can you imagine having to take 150 steps to go get the sunscreen or whatever you've forgotten? So all they have here, or all they need here, is a wagon inside this storage room right here to put all their lake stuff in, and they just wheel it down to the dock. How awesome is that? All right, y'all, if I haven't sold you on this lake house yet, then perhaps a big, grand, covered porch overlooking the lake is going to do it. Actually, I'm counting on this space to just kind of leave you speechless. You come out here and you see this beautiful lot. So lots of great privacy. We're just coming into spring, so this lot is about to explode with blooms and greenery, and it's just going to be beautiful. So you're going to get the best of both worlds with the lake view and the serenity of the trees and nature. So this is just a really, really special listing here on Smith Lake, and it's priced well, in my opinion. So I don't think this was going to be here long. So just a little plug here. I would not sleep on this one because you ain't going to have a chance to sleep in it. Before we go down to the boat dock, I just want to point out we have a really nice covered and shaded back porch here. Ideal for setting up some really nice outdoor furniture, TV for watching the football game, do your grilling right here. And then look at this nice backyard overlooking the lake. And we've got minimal steps down to the boat dock, which is a huge plus. All right, y'all, we're going to take a look at this outdoor living space here on the main living level. Pardon the noise, construction is ongoing out here at Mills Creek, but I love the open concept. And then we've got this side screen porch, which just really, really does it for me. I don't know about y'all, but let me give you a good vantage point of the size. And then, of course, let's check out the view. Very nice. All right, y'all, I'm a big fan of listings here on the lake that have decks overlooking the dock. You may have heard me mention that a few times if you follow the channel. But what I'm picturing here is while the party may be still going on at the dock, I can come up here just relax, kind of get out of the hustle and bustle of the party down on the water and just enjoy the expanse of the lake view from up here. Hey, before we head down to the dock, I'm hoping that somebody out there, maybe at least a few of you, appreciate the stairwell going down to the lakefront here, kind of navigating all this exposed rock. Isn't it beautiful? All right, y'all, welcome to the main deck up here. Isn't this incredible? I'm a big fan of outdoor living space, especially when it overlooks the lake. But this is an amazing place just to unwind, relax, take in the beauty of the surroundings here. But also, if you like to entertain, this is really incredible. But cool thing to point out here, okay? So we've got access to the deck from the great room. We've got access to the deck from your primary suite. And then there's a private deck over here that's your office. That's an adjacent room to your primary suite. So that's pretty cool. Below me, lots of covered living space. So that's where you'd probably want to mount your TV, get it in the shade and all those good things. But just so much room for not only activities, but just people. So if you like to entertain, you're going to be inviting your family and friends around from all over across the country to come here and experience Smith Lake on a beautiful holiday weekend. This is going to be a place that's going to accommodate some really good times. All right, y'all, how about this? Pretty awesome, huh? You've got 3 bays here. You could have a ski boat in one, jet skis in one. This is the longest of your slips right here. Covered out of the elements, just incredible. But put a massive, maybe a twin engine pontoon boat right here. And there's still plenty of room right here for the kids to, jump off the dock and swim. You've got a ladder over there for easy access in and out of the lake. Man, this is a very expensive boat dock and it is awesome. And all it needs, a little pressure wash and it's, it's new again. So Steve was just saying they had a Polaris,
right?
And you can, there's Steve right there. You can drive down here and then it has its own dedicated parking spot, whether you've got a side-by-side or a golf cart, park it right there. But that's good for bringing the heavy stuff down, like the coolers and all that good stuff, the heavy lake tours, the toys, what am I trying to think of? Oh, the lily pad.
Yep. Right there lights up like the whole area every night.
Awesome. Yeah, you got lights here. You got lights on the dock?
Yes. Lights up like a Christmas tree.
And there's your top of the line Avalon pontoon. Oh, I love it. You got a place to store your canoe. Lots of decking space down here.
And we can get the boat out all year long because of the new type of dock that doesn't need much water.
Awesome. That's a really good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, not to brag or anything, but we're cleaner than Lake Martin.
That's what I've been told.
I think Lake Martin's number 2. We're number 1 here at Smith Lake. But you got expansive dock area. So
Yep.
People laying out, reading books, got the lounge chairs out there. What a beautiful setting. Incredible. Yeah, y'all, this is a fine boat dock. Space for a ski boat, pontoon boat, or your pontoon boat and your jet skis. And then you got all this space. Set up your furniture, create a nice little gathering space down here on the dock. Lots of great memories are going to be made right here. They've got the kick-ass ladder, which is just ideal for kids and older adults and dogs, the whole bit. And check out the view. Wow. This boat dock, I can already tell y'all, it is fine with upper and lower living space, 3 bays, 2 for boats, 1 for jet skis. This is something else down here, y'all. It's like a lot of the erosion deterrents kind of past their prime and need some updating here. Check out the bottom level, the boathouse. Good space right here for friends to pull up and park. 2 jet skis. This could be your pontoon slip here. This would be your ski boat slip with lift. All right, got parking for 2 jet skis over here. Big outdoor living space on this boathouse here, covered and opened. Got the lights up here. You know this is pretty at night when these are all lit up. Ooh, I like the little fireplace out here. Got the boat slip area enclosed there. I got the super nice ladder. This is like essential for kids, pets, older adults. Good storage down here. Ah, look at that. Got quite a few steps to the water. I think the good news from what I can see is that they're not all at an angle. So you've got plenty of opportunities to hit flat spots for rest, which is important for old guys like me. All right, so let's talk about real quick as we make our way down the price that sometimes we should be willing to pay for stairs. And here, what jumps out at me is privacy. You get down here, you got a neighbor here, okay? And you got a neighbor up there. But when you get down here and down by your boat dock, it's so private. Loving all this exposed rock as we make our way down. So cool. So nice, leisurely, picturesque walk down. It's going to be a different story on the way back up. as we work them glutes. I don't think they're wrong. I mean, this is crazy awesome. All right, get our bearings here on the lake. Wow, what a beautiful day. So for those of y'all that are familiar with the lake, Rock Creek Marina is going to be down this way. All right, now we're about to head up there and count these steps for you folks at home to see what we come up with. That's 128 steps. And just for the record, I only stopped to take 2 breaks.